Welcome back to Money Mastery Now, the channel that helps you take control of your money, one smart habit at a time. If you want to master your budget, crush debt, and build lasting wealth, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Ever wonder why your paycheck disappears so fast? Even when you are not making big purchases, you are not alone. Most of us think it is the large expenses that break our budgets, and sometimes that is true, but more often, it is the small, daily habits, the ones we hardly notice that quietly drain our money without us realizing it. A $5 coffee here, a lunch order there, a subscription you forgot to cancel. These things do not feel like much in the moment, but when they pile up, they create real pressure on your finances. And that pressure leads to frustration. It makes you feel like you are working hard but getting nowhere. You may have a budget. You may even try to save. But if your money is leaking out through tiny daily choices, you are fighting an uphill battle. The good news is once you see the habits, you can change them. In this video, we are going to break down 10 daily habits that seem harmless, but are secretly draining your money. We will talk about what they are, why they are costing you more than you think, and most importantly, what to do about them. Let's get started. Let's start with one of the most common money drains: buying coffee or drinks out every day. It may not feel like a big deal. After all, it is just a $5 latte. But if you buy that latte 5 times a week, you are spending around $150 every month. That adds up to over $1,800 a year just on drinks. Now think about this. Are you also grabbing bottled water from the gas station, ordering smoothies or energy drinks on the go? It adds up faster than you realize. These purchases are convenient, and they often become part of our routine. But that routine is costing you. So what can you do instead? You do not have to give up your coffee entirely. You just need a smarter system. Invest in a basic coffee maker for your home. You can brew a full week's worth of coffee for the price of one store-bought cup. Use a reusable travel mug. Many workplaces, campuses, and even gas stations allow free refills or discounted drinks when you bring your own cup. If you like specialty drinks, learn to make simple versions at home. There are thousands of quick tutorials online, and the savings are real. The goal here is not to cut out joy. It is to stop letting automatic habits steal your financial progress. Small changes like this help you keep the things you enjoy, but on your own terms and at a much lower cost. In the next section, we will look at another habit that's just as common and even more expensive: eating out too often. Let's talk about another habit that quietly drains your money: eating out or ordering in too often. Grabbing takeout a few times a week may seem harmless, but the cost of restaurant food is often 2 to 3 times higher than cooking at home. A $12 lunch, a $25 delivery dinner. Do that a few times a week, and suddenly, you are spending hundreds of dollars a month without realizing it. Even small snacks or quick stops for fast food add up fast. They feel convenient in the moment, but they slowly eat away at your budget. The truth is, eating out is no longer a luxury for many people. It has become a habit, and like most habits, it's easy to overlook until the bill comes due. So how do you fix it? One of the best solutions is meal prepping. Set aside 1 or 2 hours each week to cook and portion meals in advance. You do not need to be a chef. Just prepare a few basic dishes that you actually enjoy. Store them in containers, and you will have lunch or dinner ready to go. Also, plan your meals by the week. Make a grocery list before you shop. Stick to it. And prep your ingredients so you are less tempted to reach for delivery when you are tired. The goal is not perfection. It is progress. You can still enjoy eating out, just make it intentional. Once a week. On special occasions, not as a default. Because when you start eating more meals at home, you are not just saving money, you are gaining control. In the next section, we will look at a silent budget killer that lives in your phone and charges you month after month subscriptions. Now let's talk about one of the sneakiest ways people lose money every month: subscription overload. Think about how many services you are subscribed to right now. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, a gym membership, a cloud storage plan, a meal delivery box, maybe even a few you forgot about. Each one may only cost $10 or $15, but together, they can easily add up to more than $100 a month. That is over $1,200 a year gone. And here is the thing. You probably are not using all of them. Most people use just a handful of subscriptions regularly. The rest, they just quietly renew in the background. Auto-billed to your card, month after month. So what is the fix? Do a subscription audit. Look at your credit card and bank statements from the last 2 or 3 months. List every recurring charge. Then ask yourself a simple question. Have I used this in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it. You can always resubscribe later if you really miss it. But right now, that money could be better used somewhere else. Also, consider sharing family plans where possible. Many streaming services allow multiple users. Split the cost with a roommate, sibling, or friend. Finally, turn off auto-renew for non-essential apps and services. That way, you are making a conscious choice each time, not just letting your money slip away. Subscriptions can be great when they add real value, but when they pile up unchecked, they quietly drain your budget. In the next section, we will look at a spending habit that often kicks in when you are bored, tired, or emotional mindless online shopping. Let's talk about a habit that's easy to fall into: mindless online shopping. It usually starts the same way. You are bored. You are stressed. You are scrolling on your phone late at night. And then suddenly, you are adding something to your cart. You tell yourself it is just one small thing. Maybe it is on sale. Maybe it looks useful. Maybe you feel like you deserve a little treat. But when this becomes a habit, those little purchases start to add up. A $20 gadget here, a $35 home item there. Before you know it, you have spent hundreds of dollars without even thinking. This kind of spending is emotional. It is reactive. And it gives you a short-term boost at the cost of long-term savings. So what can you do? Start with the 24-hour rule. When you find something you want to buy, do not check out right away. Instead, save it to a wish list or screenshot it. Wait at least 24 hours. Then come back and ask yourself, do I still want this? Do I still need it? More often than not, the impulse will pass. Another tip: delete shopping apps from your phone. Amazon, Target, Instagram ads. These platforms are designed to make buying fast and easy. Too easy. Removing the apps makes the process just inconvenient enough to help you pause and think. Also, turn off one-click purchases and remove stored credit cards from your browser. It gives you one more chance to decide whether it is really worth it. Mindless shopping is not about what you buy. It is about how you buy. When you pause, you take back control. In the next section, we will look at another common money leak: not tracking your daily spending. Habit number 5 is one that almost everyone is guilty of at some point: not tracking your daily spending. If you do not write it down, you probably will not remember it. And if you do not remember it, you cannot control it. It sounds simple, but this is one of the biggest reasons people feel like their money is disappearing. You might think, I already know what I spend. But the truth is, we underestimate more often than not. It is the small things: a quick snack, an in-game purchase, a late-night delivery fee. They slide under the radar and quietly erode your budget. So what is the fix? Track everything for at least 30 days. Use an app like Mint or YNAB. They link to your accounts and categorize your spending automatically. If you prefer something simple, just use a notebook or the Notes app on your phone. Take 5 minutes a day to log what you spent and where. Not just the amount, but what you bought and why. Was it a need or a want? Was it planned or impulsive? This habit builds awareness, and awareness gives you power. When you see the full picture, you start to make better decisions. You feel more in control, and you might even feel less guilty because now you are being honest with yourself. You do not need to track forever. but do it long enough to learn your patterns, because you cannot fix what you do not see. In the next section, we will cover another area where money slips away: bank fees and ATM charges that you might not even notice. Let's move on to habit number 6, paying avoidable fees at the bank. These include ATM fees, maintenance fees, and overdraft charges. They may seem small, but over time, they can quietly drain hundreds of dollars from your account each year. For example, using an ATM outside your bank's network can cost $3, $4, even $5 just to access your own money. Do that a few times a month, and you are throwing away $20 to $30 without even realizing it. Then there are monthly maintenance fees. Some traditional banks charge $10 to $15 a month just for holding your account. And if you go below the minimum balance, you might get hit with another fee. So what can you do? Switch to a no-fee online bank. Online banks often have no monthly charges, no minimum balances, and reimburse ATM fees across the country. Many also offer better interest rates on savings and easier-to-use apps. If switching banks feels like a hassle, start by calling your current bank. Ask if they offer a fee-free account option. You might be able to downgrade or change plans. Also, set up alerts for low balances or upcoming charges. A simple notification can help you avoid unnecessary fees. Remember, banking should help you grow your money, not chip away at it every month. In the next section, we'll talk about something that happens in almost every household: food waste, and how letting groceries go bad can sabotage your budget. Habit number 7 is something we have all been guilty of: letting groceries go to waste. You go to the store. You buy ingredients with good intentions. You stock up on vegetables, snacks, and everything for that recipe you saw online. Then life gets busy. You forget what you bought, and a week later, half of it goes in the trash. Sound familiar? According to the USDA, the average American household wastes over $1,500 worth of food every year. That is money you already spent just thrown away. And beyond the money, it is also a waste of time, energy, and resources. So how do you fix it? The first step is simple meal planning. Before you shop, plan out your meals for the week. Nothing fancy, just a rough idea of what you will cook each day. Then make a list based on that plan. Stick to it when you shop. Avoid impulse buys. If something is not part of a meal, do not put it in the cart. Next, check your fridge and pantry before you leave the house. See what you already have. Use up what is left over from last week. Build your meals around ingredients you already own. After you cook, store leftovers in clear containers. Label them if needed. Put them at the front of your fridge so you don't forget about them. And set one day each week as a clean out the fridge day. Make a meal using whatever is still fresh. It saves money and reduces waste. Food waste may not feel like a big deal in the moment, but over time, it adds up, and it adds up fast. In the next section, we'll shift gears and talk about another everyday habit that quietly eats into your budget: driving your car for every small errand. Habit number 8 is using your car for every little errand. It might seem harmless. Just a quick trip to the store, a short drive to grab lunch, or picking up one item from the pharmacy. But those small drives add up, and they come with hidden costs. You are paying for gas. You are adding wear and tear to your car. You are shortening the life of your tires, your brakes, and your engine bit by bit. And with gas prices rising, even a few unnecessary trips a week can mean dozens of extra dollars each month. So what is the solution? Batch your errands. Instead of making 5 separate trips during the week, combine them into 1 or 2 planned outings. This saves time, gas, and stress. Also, take a second look at which trips really require your car. If something is just a few blocks away, consider walking or riding a bike. It is free, it is healthy, and it gives you a break from traffic and parking. If you live in a walkable neighborhood, build your shopping and errands into your daily routine. You will save money, reduce car wear, and probably feel a bit more energized too. The point is not to stop using your car completely, It is to be more intentional about when and why you use it, because every trip costs more than just a few minutes of your time. In the next section, we will talk about impulse purchases at the checkout counter and how those tiny temptations can quietly wreck your budget. Habit number 9 is impulse buying at the store. You know the feeling? You walk in for one thing and walk out with five. Maybe it is gum or candy at the checkout line. Maybe it is something on sale that you did not plan to buy. Or maybe it is just something that caught your eye. The store is designed to make this happen. The lighting, the signs, the end caps, and limited time offers. It is all meant to get you to grab more than you need. And even if each item only costs a few dollars, those small impulse buys can add up to hundreds of dollars a year. So how do you stop? Start with a shopping list and stick to it. Before you go, write down exactly what you need. Keep it on your phone or on paper. Then, make it a goal to buy only what's on the list. Also, try paying with cash instead of a card. Set a limit before you shop. Bring only that amount. When the money runs out, so does the shopping. Paying with cash makes every purchase feel more real. It creates a small moment of friction enough to help you pause and decide. Lastly, avoid shopping when you are hungry, tired, or in a rush. That is when your brain is most likely to go on autopilot. And that is when impulse buys sneak in. The key is not to stop buying fun things. It is to plan your purchases, not react to them. In the final section, we will talk about one last habit: ignoring small increases in your monthly bills and how it slowly chips away at your budget. The final habit is 1. Most people never notice ignoring small increases in your monthly bills. It happens slowly. Your internet bill goes up by $5. Your streaming service raises its price by $2. Your electricity rate changes seasonally, but you stop paying attention. Each increase feels small, almost invisible. But over time, they stack up, adding $20, $30, even $50 or more to your monthly budget without warning. Companies count on you not noticing. They know most customers will just keep paying. But here is the truth: you have more control than you think. Start by reviewing your bills every 3 to 6 months. Look at your bank statements. Compare current charges to what you were paying 6 months ago. Highlight any changes. Then, make the call. Contact your internet or phone provider. Ask if you qualify for a lower plan, a promotional rate, or if they can match a competitor's price. It may feel awkward, but it works. Many companies have customer retention departments specifically trained to offer you discounts if you ask. Also, reevaluate your subscriptions and service tiers. Are you paying for unlimited data but only using a fraction? Are you watching just one show on a premium service? If yes, it is time to downgrade or cancel. You do not have to cut everything. You just need to stay aware. Small increases feel harmless, but they chip away at your financial foundation. When you review and renegotiate, you protect your money and you send a message: I'm paying attention. In the final section of this video, we'll bring everything together with a quick recap and some motivation to keep going on your financial journey. So now you have seen 10 daily habits that can quietly drain your money individually. Each one might not seem like a big deal: a coffee here, a fee there, a small impulse buy, or an unused subscription. But together, they add up fast. When you combine all 10 habits, you could be losing anywhere from $500 to $1,000 every single month. That is $6,000 to $12,000 per year. Money that could be going toward your emergency fund, paying off debt, saving for a home, or finally taking that trip you have been putting off. So ask yourself this: what would you do with an extra $500 a month? Would you feel less stressed? Would you start investing? Would you buy back some time with your family? The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be aware. When you see where your money is going, you can take it back. You can make choices on purpose. And you can finally start building the life you want, one decision at a time. In the final section, we'll do a quick recap and send you off with some encouragement. Let's wrap things up. Money doesn't just disappear. It is spent one small habit at a time, a few dollars here, a few mindless clicks there. Over time, those quiet decisions shape your financial future. But here's the good news. You can change it. You do not need a massive overhaul. You do not need to cut everything. You just need to notice the leaks and start plugging them, one by one. Recognizing these habits is the first step to taking control. Once you see them, you can shift them. Once you shift them, you can build momentum. And once you have momentum, you are no longer stuck. You are moving forward on purpose. So ask yourself, which one of these habits showed up in your life today? Pick one. Start there. And if this video helped you spot your own spending leaks, hit subscribe and share it with someone else who is trying to save more in 2025. Because small wins add up. And this journey is always better when you're not walking alone. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.